Welcome back. This is part two. If you missed part one, check the link above. I'd like to start by saying thank you to those who tuned into my part one, and especially if you had commented. There was a lot of great comments that I read in my part one video. I didn't get back, I didn't give a reply to those comments, but I did read through them, and a lot of people had made that decision in their past to leave the UK, and they are doing much better than they ever thought they would, and they do not look back. So, incredible context I read in those comments. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best. And to those who agree with my message, what I was saying, especially if you also are thinking right now of leaving the UK because of the same or similar reasons to what I said in my previous video, then good luck to you, and I wish all the best for you. To those who subscribed, thank you very much. You are welcome to subscribe if you have not already, and join me on my journey as I leave the UK in search of a much healthier, better, richer lifestyle. When I say join me, of course, join me on YouTube. I'm not that rich. So I'm going to get into a few more things that I would like to say for my reasons leaving the UK. Let's just start with a realistic approach. Let's start with this. The UK government want us Brits to do four things, and four things only. Here they are. 1. Work in the UK. 2. Pay tax in the UK. 3. Consume in the UK. And 4. Die before you reach state pension age. Now, I know that sounds horrible. Well, let me tell you something. It's the truth. And it's time to wake up to the truth. It's time to realize that the UK government does not give a fuck about us. They would rather provide financial assistance to those people coming into our country every day illegally. Our country, the United Kingdom, is being fed to the wolves. We have no chance. As young people living in this country, if you're just coming out of high school and you're getting into the job market, do not be fooled. This country is taking you for a ride. Those four things that I said earlier, that is the absolute truth of what the UK government wants us to do. Don't do it. Make your own decisions and live the best life you can. And you can only live the best life you can by getting out of the UK, because this country is not interested in looking after you or doing you any favors. They just want to take from you. That's all. They just want to squeeze you for everything that you've got. It's inevitable that prices are only getting higher for everything. As we've seen, we've looked at the data in my previous video, prices are only getting higher, especially for housing. Now, you could say that's the same all over the world. It is. Countries all over the world, including third world countries, prices are getting higher. Prices are getting higher for everything. Inflation is still on the rise. It may have come down a bit, but guess what? It goes down 10% next year, it goes up 20%. Okay? So don't be fooled into thinking that things are just going to get better here in the UK, because we've seen that things are only getting worse. Now, I'm not just talking about rising house prices, I'm talking about the standard of living in what's supposed to be a first world country. The standard of living here is getting lower. Prices are getting higher, the population is getting higher by all these illegals coming in, and the standard is getting lower. That is a recipe for disaster. We are already living in a dystopia here in the UK. Crime rate's rising. All the bad stuff is rising. All the stuff you don't want to happen to a country is rising rapidly. And the government that we have right now is not interested in fixing it. They're not interested at all. They don't give a fuck. It's time to dive into the unknown. If you're scared, that's natural. I feel scared. I'm not just going to sit here and say, I'm ready, I'm tough, I can do it. I am absolutely fucking terrified right now of what I'm about to do. But I have the courage to do it. Now, having the courage does not mean just being tough and doing it. No, it means doing it in spite of having fear. Yes, I have the fear, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to get out there. I'm sorting stuff out. I'm going to leave this country within the next 4 weeks, and I am going to do my absolute best. And if I fail, at least I know that I tried. But to live here in the UK and continue paying tax to the Labour regime who are making this country worse, it is worth it. It is worth just sacrificing the life that I have here for a better one elsewhere in this world. I am chasing a healthier lifestyle. I am not chasing money. That's not what I'm chasing. In seek of a better lifestyle, what I mean is living in a country that is more prosperous, living in a country where the people are nicer, living in a country where the food is healthy and nicer, living in a country where the cost of living is lower. All of these things that we want don't exist here in the UK. It's better to just get out. There are much better countries out there that can offer you a much healthier lifestyle. And no country is perfect. I'm not saying that I'm going to go to a different country and not have any challenges. Of course I'm going to face challenges. I have faced challenges when I lived in Japan. It was worth every minute. And the reason why I came back from Japan is because I had a lot of other things to sort out here. I had things that I had to sort out for the last time. And now that I've sorted them out, I am getting back to leaving and progressing with my life. Time goes faster as we get older. It really does. If you're in your 20s or 30s, don't keep procrastinating your idea of leaving the UK. The UK has good things, of course. Don't confuse my words for just ranting and complaining. I'm just stating the truth of what's happening, and of course I'm not happy about it. And I've made my decision to leave the UK. There are good things, not just the UK, but I live here in Edinburgh, Scotland. Good thing about Scotland. How about this? We do have the world's finest tap water. Delicious. Yes, that is not something to take for granted. I appreciate all the good things that a lot of people take for granted in this country. I really do. But this country cannot offer me the lifestyle that I want. And as I approach my late 30s, I want to go out and get it because I can only save myself. And a lot of people are coming from different circumstances. Me personally, I am single, I have no family, no kids, and my circumstances right now in my life have actually never been better to exit this country and seek a new beginning in a more prosperous, safer country where the weather is better. Let me tell you something about what's happening in the United States right now. There are these mobile home parks where a lot of people live, and these things are ubiquitous throughout the United States. They are being purchased by these corporations who are increasing the rents as soon as they have the rights to these parks. So these people living in these mobile homes, they get a letter through the door saying that their rent is increasing. And I'm talking substantially. Their rent is increasing by something like $200 a month. These people have no choice. These mobile homes can be moved, but they cost tens of thousands of dollars to actually move. These people are old, they live off their pension. They have no choice but to live in the mobile home that they have and pay the increased rent costs. Now, what's the point of me saying all this? My point is that the same idea happens here in the UK. People with no choice are being squeezed. Luckily for me, I have a choice. I am leaving the UK in seek of a better life. These people don't. The corporations know that. If you don't want to pay the rent, get out, someone else will move in and pay the rent. This is going to happen a lot more in this country. And it's the UK government's best interest to keep people in this country and take away their options. Make sure they don't have options because they're easy to get. They're easy to squeeze. They're not going to go after other corporations that dodge tax and all the billionaires in this world because they have armies of lawyers behind them and they're hiding their money offshore. They're not going to, the UK government is not going to go for these people, no. They're going to go for the regular people, the little people like you, like me. This is austerity. Austerity is going to get worse in the UK. Things are only getting worse here in the UK. I feel so lucky to have grown up in the 90s because life was so nice. I had a great upbringing. I had amazing friends, amazing opportunities that I went on, and I am fortunate enough to have had those opportunities. But as an adult man right now who needs to just look out for himself, I am in control of my life, and I am not going to let myself fall into despair here in the UK. It is time to wake up. It's time to wake up and realize that the UK cannot offer you a good, healthy, rich lifestyle. I'm going to quote a line from a very famous movie, maybe you know it. Get busy living or get busy dying.